Yeah, when Marlene was a baby, this woman used to take care of her. And I was working at Burton's then. So I leave Marlene there in the morning and I collect her the evening. But what happened is that my working coat was dirty and I didn't get to wash it over the weekend. So I borrowed my good coat and wear to work. So when I went to the woman to collect Marlene, she gave me Marlene and she smiled with me and we went home. A few minutes after I heard a knock on the door. When I went, there wasn't anybody. There was a note through the door. And the note said, I'm not looking after your child anymore. Because if you can wear 4 coats to work, you can afford to stay home and look after your baby. Yeah, so Ralph said to me, don't take her down there. A few minutes time, our sister was up. She said, well, if she doesn't want to take care of Marlene, I will. So you can bring Marlene to me tomorrow morning and I will look after her. I did take Marlene, but when I look back on it now, I shouldn't have done. I should stay home with my child.
Well, you couldn't though, because that was...
But it's because of the circumstances and we had to work.
So when you got pregnant, what sort of maternity leave did you have, and when did you have to go back to work after having a baby?
What happened? Look, I got pregnant just before I come to England. I never knew I was pregnant in Jamaica. It's when I come here, I realized I'm pregnant. Can you imagine, in a strange country, expecting a baby, your husband isn't here? I said, I used to go to bed at night, and when I get up in the morning, my eyes popping out. Cry all night. I wanted to go home. Anyway, I got a job. I was in London then, and I got a job and I worked until I was 8 months over, because I didn't tell them in the beginning that I was pregnant. Anyway, I had Marlene. And 3 months after Marlene was born, Ralph came up. That's the baby's father. And he came to Bolton, and I joined him from London. And I joined him in Bolton. And that's where, everything started blossoming out.
He was clever, this, Ralph. Get you pregnant.
And send me away, pregnant. Yeah, I'm telling you. And I tell you, I was so mad when I come up here, I found that I was pregnant. By this time, we have a son in Jamaica. And I leave my son with my mom with the intention of sending for him as early as possible.
It never worked, does it?
It never worked. How long it took? It took over 3 years before I could send for Chris. And as soon as Chris come up, guess what happened? I got pregnant with Roger. I said to myself, I was too happy. And the other thing again, I did give a blood transfusion. When they take in blood, I give blood. And I think that break down my system, and that's why I got pregnant. I'll never give blood again.
Oh, Lorraine Walker.
Yeah, then Roger was born, and then that's where the hardship started again.
You have 3 now?
I have 3 now to look after, and I used to work full time. So what I used to do, I got a job at Bantona, and I used to go to work in the evenings. And during the days, I used to sew for Stone Dry at home. I am a machine. And I used to sew for Stone Dry at home, looking after Roger while I'm at home. And another little boy called Andrew. And when the children come home from school in the evening, I leave Roger with them. For 5 hours, I go and work at Bantona. And work sewing. Yeah. Sheets and pillowcases. And I work from 5 o'clock until 10.
Yeah, there's a lot of evening shifts.
Yeah, I used to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I used to work 4 evenings. I didn't go Friday. Friday now is me and Roger in town. We used to push him into town on Friday. And every Friday I have to get Roger a car. One of those little matchbox cars. I have to get him one, or else there's no peace in Market Hall. Yeah, those days, I'm telling you, it was hard, but it was fun when you look at it. And in the evenings, when he was, say, I think he was 10 months old, I got my job back at Burton's. I get things together, and I said, I'll go back to Burton's. And I got Mrs. Green that used to live down the hill. She used to look after them for me. And I used to take the children down to Mrs. Green, leave them in the mornings. She'd take the 2 big ones to school because they used to go to retreat school just near to her. And I used to trip off to Burton's. And I catch a bus, you know, up the hill at Lennon's.
Trinity Street. Oh, you used to get the bus there?
Let's see.
Bridge Street.
Bridge Street, you would have to get the
Yeah.
breakfast bus. Across from the co-op.
What? No, I used to drop the children.
Or you get in that Trinity Street group because
I used to drop the children off at Mrs. Green and walk up the hill, up by the church there. At Lennon's, there's a hill there.
where did Mrs. Green live?
She just lived down Bradford Street. You know where the church is? That's where
yes,
she was
at the
living at the
corner
time.
there.
Anyway, I used to catch the bus. And I tell you, when I get off the bus at Meral Street with Roger,
All right.
and I drop Roger off at Meral Street Nursery, I run all the way to Burton's. And every morning I have to run.
How much money did you pay at the nursery, Mere Hall Street?
I think it was about £6 a week.
It was pretty expensive.
Yeah, it was
because I had 2
expensive.
kids there, and it was like £3, 6 and 6. And my wage was only like £7.
Yeah, I used to
So
pay.
imagine
Yeah, I used to pay about £6. Sometimes when I work £11, I have to pay £6 out for Roger. I said I only have £5 each. Can I do it £5? But I'd rather go out to work than sit in the house and don't do anything. So when I hear these young people say that they can't work and they don't work and they can't get work, it annoys me so much. And I remember running to work one morning and Mr. Barnett was the head supervisor, and he looked at me and said, "Lorraine, you look really tired and knackered." He said to me, "Did you not sleep last night?" I said, "How did you know?" He said, "Looking at you, I'm a father and I can tell." He said, "How is the little boy?" I said, "He's TD now and he doesn't sleep at nights. So when he starts, I have to get out of bed and take him out of the bedroom, because if he stays in the bedroom, he's going to annoy Ralph and he won't get his sleep.
Yeah.
So I have to take him
And
out
it's a
and go
woman's job.
in the living room and stay with him until he calms down, and then I creep back and put him in bed. So sometimes I don't get any sleep.
And talking about that, you know, if you think about in the summertime,
Yeah.
it's not so bad. But when it's winter, and I'm
Yeah.
talking about winter time, you still have to do all that
Yeah.
walk, you know,
I know.
the wheel come off the pushchair when you're trying to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, it was
push it in the
dreadful.
snow.
I have
And we
sometimes.
used to get a lot of snow in those
Oh,
days.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
And
bad.
Mr. Barnett said to me, he said, "Lorraine, I'm going to give you a nice little job. You don't have to hurry. You just do what you can, but do it well." And he put me on utility.
Oh, yes.
And that's the job I was doing until I leave Burton's.
Utility.
Yeah, utility.
So what was utility?
Huh?
Lorraine?
Potatoes.
Yes.
What was utility? Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Utility is like if anybody does anything and it's not right, they bring it to me and I get it right. I fix it the proper way. Yeah.
And I used to do all the specials.
Yes, yes, we always do the
They go to the
What were the
specials.
shop.
specials? Can you tell us a bit more about the specials?
Like the suit, you know, the special suit, what they make for special
Yeah,
people.
they
And
go to
if
the
there's a
shop
little
and
flaw
order
in
it.
it and if it doesn't hem properly or anything that is wrong with it, we make it right. Get it up to standard.
We're that clever,
yeah.
aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.